I did it again, guys. I did it again. Hey, hi, hello, my name is dis.cat. This is Project Hardcover, where we're letting books be the escape. So, apparently I should do graphic novel hauls, like, way more often, because if the view count on my last graphic haul is anything to go by, you guys really, really love some graphic novels, which I obviously totally understand. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I'm pretty sure that, like, the entirety of my soul is now owned by the amazing medium that is graphic novels. That being said, 12, guys, 12 graphic novels this month. This is developing into a problem. But it's such a beautiful problem. But enough about my crises, about issues I am developing. You guys just want to see what graphic novels I picked up this month. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first graphic novel that I delved into this month was Chew by John Layman and Rob Guillory. Specifically, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Chew. Yes, so I picked up this first volume of Chew, which follows the story of Tony Chew. You see, Tony is a chibopath? I'm still not exactly sure how to pronounce that word. Either way, he is a person who can get like this psychic reading on food based on taste. So like if he eats an apple, he can tell like what tree it was harvested from and what pesticides were used on the crop. Or he can bite into a hamburger and just get a completely different story. So yes, Tony has this chibopathic ability, and he uses it as a police officer, which kind of sounds weird, but in Tony's alternate universe, the world has kind of been devastated by this bird flu, so subsequently, the world has kind of banned all poultry from being processed, served, and eaten. So as you can guess, a lot of chicken and turkey related crimes have been going on. So it's like the perfect world for Tony Chew to exist in. Except of course the job doesn't stay simple with just, you know, tasting chicken noodle soup and catching illegal chicken smugglers. Of course not. It gets so much more complicated and deep and everything, and it's just such an interesting and funny story that of course I had to go out and get the subsequent books, and even now, first off, I've read all of these graphic novels already this month, and just, I need more. I need more Chew. So yes, as I said, the story is really interesting and really, really funny. I don't want to go too much into it, because of course all of these are going to be in my wrap-up that is coming soon. But it's just, oh, it's so good, and the story just keeps going in all of these really weird ways and places and things, and it's just so interesting, and I need more. I need more Chew. The next graphic novel that I picked up this month was just so anxiously awaited, and it was the 4th volume of East of West by Jonathan Hickman. So if you guys have been paying attention to my wrap-ups and my last graphic novel haul, which I will link down below, you guys know that I have just completely fallen in love with this series. And the last volume, volume 3, left off in such an infuriating place. I needed this volume. And I actually thought I was gonna have to wait until the end of June to get my hands on it, but it came early, and I was so happy. But anywho, if you guys don't know what this is about, it's basically a futuristic, post-apocalyptic, dystopian sci-fi western. I know that was a bunch of stuff all at once, but trust me, all of those things are encompassed in here, as well as just incredibly complex characters and plots and motivations and all different kinds of political nonsense, and it's just, it's so good. It's so good. Granted, it does take about a volume to really sink into it and understand what's going on, get a nice, comfortable feel for it, but after you get through that first volume, it's just all engrossing and amazing. So I definitely recommend picking this up. Again, not too much detail because of wrap-up and stuff, but yes, East of West, just East of West, you guys need this in your life. The next graphic novel that I picked up was the very recently popular The Wicked and the Divine by Kieron Gillen? I think that's how you say her name, or his name. I'm not sure. But anywho, The Wicked and the Divine follows the story of these 12 gods that every 90 years are reincarnated into, like, teenagers. And for 2 years, they become these super popular, like, pop stars and, like, artists and everything, and the entire world falls in love with them. And then they die. And then the whole cycle starts all over. So, of course, this volume follows the newest batch of regenerated gods and all of the mayhem and nonsense that they are causing in the modern world. Yes, so I just saw this floating around everywhere, and I was super skeptical about it, and I kinda didn't have plans on picking it up, but again, I just saw it everywhere, everyone was getting their hands on it, and everyone seemed to like it, so I just took the plunge and picked it up, and I'm super glad I did. As mentioned previously, not gonna go too much into it. For wrap-up purposes, just know that I really liked it. It's really interesting. The artwork is beautiful, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the second volume that is coming out in July. The next graphic novel that I picked up this month was another one that I have been wanting to get my hands on for a very long time, and it is one of the only graphic novels that I own that has not been done by Image Comics. Astounding, I know. And that is Lumberjanes by a whole gaggle of people, but one in particular is Noelle Stevenson. And yes, that name should sound familiar to you, considering how she wrote one of the best books that I have read this year, one of my all-time favorite books now, Nimona. Like, seriously, if you guys have not checked this out, like, go do it now, right now. Yes, so basically, read Nimona, loved the ever-loving crap out of it, figured out that Noelle Stevenson was working on another graphic novel series, and then just had to have all of it in my life. So basically, the Lumberjanes follows a group of 5 female campers who go to this camp for really badass and awesome independent girls, and it's supposed to just be a really light and fun little camping story, but that's kinda not how it goes. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of really weird paranormal stuff going on. And the girls, of course, have to use the power of friendship to overcome all of these really wacky things that are happening to them at this camp. This just sounded like so much fun. It sounded so quirky and so amazing, and just, I had to get my hands on it, and I did, and I loved it. It was so adorable. Again, not too much detail, but yes, I really like this, and I really do recommend people go out and get this, because it's so good, it's so adorable, it's just so much fun, so much fun. The next graphic novel that I picked up this month was Pretty Deadly by Kelly Sue DeConnick. So, much like The Wicked and the Divine, this is a graphic novel that I've seen floating around for the longest time, but I was super skeptical about it, so I put off getting it for forever. But I finally picked up like one of the Image First little chapter sampler things of it at Coliseum Comics, and I read it, and it was very interesting. So I finally bit the bullet, and I got the entire thing, and oh my god. So Pretty Deadly is a kind of Western folklore fairy tale kind of thing, and it basically tells the story of Death, the woman he loves, and their daughter. And then, of course, a whole bunch of other really weird things that can't really go into without spoiling the entire first volume. Again, not a lot of detail, but this is stunning. Like, this is beautiful, and it's so interesting, and just I love this. I love this so much, and I cannot wait to the second volume. I have no idea when the second volume is coming out, but you can bet your butts as soon as it comes out, I'm getting it, because this was great. The next graphic novel that I picked up this month was another one of those very, very few graphic novels that was not put out by Image Comics. This one was put out through Dark Horse, and Lumberjanes was put out through Boombox, by the way. But this one was Dark Horse, and it is Apocalypta Girl, an Aria for the End Times by Andrew McLean. So I just randomly happened upon this on Amazon while I was ordering all of my 8 million other graphic novels. It basically tells the story of Aria and her little cat companion Jellybean as they try to traverse and survive in the unforgiving wilderness of the end of the world. I don't know, it just sounded like such a cute little quaint story. It's just a little standalone thing, and the artwork was really cute and simple, and it was cheap, so I just went out on a whim and I picked it up, and for the most part, I liked it. Again, not too much detail, just I liked the story. It just didn't blow me away the way that so many of these other graphic novels have just been blowing my brains out as of late. So this one was just kind of, it was just alright. And guys, the last graphic novel that I picked up this month, I am just so super excited about, and it is Morning Glories by Nick Spencer. Specifically volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Morning Glories. Yes, so Morning Glories was yet another one of those graphic novels that I had seen floating around, but was just so super skeptical about. But then I decided to go on Amazon and do like the free little first couple of page previews for this, and they were just so gripping. I just had to know where this story went, so I bought it. And guys, again, not too much detail, but this is consuming me. Basically, Morning Glory follows these 6 teenagers who were all specifically chosen to attend this very prestigious, very hard to get into, fantastic private school called Morning Glory Academy. But of course, when they show up, things are not quite as they seem. Yes, that is incredibly vague, because it needs to be. Yes, I truly believe that the less you know going into this, the more freaking mind-blowing it is. And it's already pretty freaking mind-blowing. So yes, just know that I adore this. I literally cannot wait to get my hands on the other volumes. I am only missing, like, how many volumes? I'm only missing, like, I think maybe 5 or 4, and I just want to go out and buy all of them. Just all of them. I love this so much right now, you guys. It's not even funny. And that is it. Those are all of the graphic novels that I have acquired this month. Be forewarned! I would not be surprised if this happens again next month. It looks like these graphic novel hauls are here to stay. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have read any of these graphic novels, what you thought of them, and what graphic novels I just absolutely need to get my hands on. As far as preference goes, really, basically, Image Comics. It seems like anything that Image Comics puts out, I want to get my grummy hands on. So if you guys know of any really awesome titles by Image Comics that I haven't hauled yet, leave them down there, because just Image Comics. As always, thanks you guys for watching. I will see you next time, and remember, books are the escape, particularly right now graphic novels, because graphic novels.